Subject to is way more desirable because you get ownership. And so anytime we get a situation like these type of deals, we want to do everything in our power to get ownership and title, where we go and close with a Setco or a Bo Harper or somebody, one of our members, where we close, get title, we own the property, not just control. If you've heard me teach on lease options before, it is a really cool strategy. It's a great way to be able to actually control a property, rent a property you don't own, make cash flow on a property you don't own, flip and make profit on a house that you never owned or maybe only owned for a short period of time. It's a cool strategy, but in that you don't actually get ownership. And the reason why we're going to defer to subject to, and the reason I'm going to focus on it mostly tonight, is for those two reasons up there. Number one, and I'm going to go too far over everybody's head, but I want you to understand why subject to should be your desired course of action whenever possible, is title seasoning, okay? When you go to flip a house, some of you guys are maybe familiar with the FHA 90-day flip rule, right? So if you buy a house, a rehab, you fix it up really, really fast, maybe it was a light rehab, and then you go to sell it to an FHA buyer, you can't even go under contract with them, not just close on it. You can't even write a contract. The date of the contract has to be on the 91st day from the day you purchased it, or you can't sell to them. So all my rehabbers in here, they know that. That's title seasoning. The seller has to be seasoned on title for 90 days before they can sell it to somebody else, okay? And so what happens in a subject to deal, which I'll explain what it is here in just a minute, so you guys are brand new, but on subject to, because you take title to it, now when you turn around to resell it, you don't have any issues with title seasoning. Those that try to do lease options and sandwich lease options, which I'll talk about in a second, sometimes will bump into an issue with title seasoning because they never actually get on title until towards the end of the transaction, okay? The second reason is because of liens, right? Remember we talked last month about liens and how sometimes people will get a medical lien or a credit card lien or judgment or something like that against them. If you take title to the property and own it via subject to, any liens that attach to that previous seller don't attach to your property. If you do a lease option, right, you only lease it and they still have the property in their name, if they go out and do some stupid financially and get a lien or a judgment against them, or they go driving in their car, hit somebody, kill them, get sued, and get a $100,000, $200,000 judgment against them, that attaches to that property that you thought you were buying at a great deal. You no longer have a great deal because there's a big lien or judgment attached to it, okay? So that's why control is great, but control with ownership is better.